There can only be one winner. One team has to dig deeper, play with more heart, execute the game plan, and not give up. It's all the old cliches. The thing is, it's the truth. It's what needs to be done. Because if you do it, you're going to the bank.
Van Holzen throwing long, looking end zone, caught, touchdown! Play action throw right through Towns' hands and picked off. Van Holzen throws over the top zone, touchdown! Wow.
The first round of the 2019 State High School Playoffs start right now.
Hello and welcome to Carlton Field at Osseo High School for CTN's coverage of the 2019 Minnesota State High School Football Tournament. It's quarterfinal Saturday as the champions from Section 7, Coon Rapids, meet the champions of Section 5, Spring Lake Park. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action, and Howie, a rematch of a Week 3 game that went in favor of the Cardinals.
Epic proportions. This certainly is going to be a fun day because you've got two teams obviously have continued to improve throughout the season. In fact, the Panthers have not lost since that loss to Coon Rapids. So two evenly matched teams on a beautiful day. It promises to be a great game.
An experience definitely favoring the Spring Lake Park Panthers. This is their 5th trip to the state tournament in 6 seasons, while Coon Rapids' first time at state since 1983.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's been so much excitement in this community, and obviously you don't want to be overhyped as you come into this game, but talking to Coach Russin before the game, the boys are really excited, really chomping at the bit to play. They're very focused on this game. So coming into tonight, they're going to give an incredible effort.
The Panthers are a team that is built to run, but it is their quarterback that gets things going. Zach Dunbar starts and finishes a lot of times.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't throw the ball, just a little over 300 yards passing on the season, but he has almost 700 yards on the ground and 11 touchdowns. So he is definitely a dynamic weapon that the Cardinals defense is going to have to really be aware of.
Well, and this is a team in Spring Lake Park that ran for over 300 yards in their section final, coming in with a lot of different guys who can carry the ball. On the flip side, that goes right against the strength of the Coon Rapids defense. Miles Taylor getting all kinds of accolades this season, and well-deserved.
Oh, well-deserved is right, and this is a young man that really gets in the zone. And you watch him before a game, and he's concentrating. He sits off by himself. He makes sure that he is viewing just what he needs to do in this game. He's got 8 sacks on the season. I mean, he is a force. And Spring Lake Park knows that, and they know they're going to have to do something, maybe put 2 men on him to keep him out of that backfield.
Well, and that doesn't help much because he's got a lot of friends on that defense, a very impressive defense all season long, and we'll talk much more about it as the game goes along. We'll take a break, be back with kickoff. You're watching the Minnesota State High School Football Tournament on CTN. Back at Carlton Field at Osseo High School. Good crowds on both sides and a favorable weather day for early November. It's about 40 degrees out, sun is shining, very light breeze. And Howie, I would say the weather conditions more favorable to Coon Rapids than to the Panthers.
Yeah, and I think that the fact you touched on it briefly in the intro is, the strength of this Spring Lake Park Panther team is running the ball. The strength of the Coon Rapids defense is stopping the run. So I think when push comes to shove, that's where this game is going to come down to. And winning that battle at the point of attack is going to be so important, really, for both teams, obviously.
A little bit of a sloppy contest last time these two teams met. A few turnovers on each side in the first half. A couple of turnovers for Spring Lake Park that were really giveaways rather than having them forced by the defense. But a good day throwing the football for Jake Van Holzen, and a great day catching the football for Jordan Doe. Had 170-plus yards and 2 touchdowns in that game. And this is a Spring Lake Park defense that is susceptible to giving up the long ball. They gave up 370 yards in the section final. Findley's kick is in the air. This one is underway. Wetzel will take it from inside the 10, fake the reverse, coming to the near side, breaks a tackle out across the 20, and Shai Williams wraps him up and takes him down at about the 28.
Yeah, nice return for him, obviously, and gives him good field position.
Down on the sideline is Jen Halverson. Jen.
Thanks, Joe. The energy is definitely high on the sidelines today. I spoke with Spring Lake Park head coach John Stewart earlier, and he told me that this is a very different Panthers squad than we saw in week 3. He said that they want to get 1% better each day and to stay mentally tough. Now for Coon Rapids, I spoke with Coon Rapids head coach Nick Russin. He said they want to establish their run game early on, utilizing running back David Jeebley. Jeebley was not playing as running back in week 3 against Spring Lake
on
Park.
On 1st and 10, they try to run left. Dunbar on the keeper, cuts back
defense.
And finds a little bit of room out to the 33-yard line, a gain of 5.
I think, Joe, really what's going to come down to for both teams, but specifically for the Cardinals, you cannot give up those penalties that they've had in the past. They've been a penalized team this season. I think those are the kind of errors that you cannot afford here today.
On 2nd and 5, Dunbar under center. Give to Henry, and they get a good push up the left side of that line, a first down out to the 40-yard line.
The Panthers are going to have a difficult time establishing the run, but that's what they're going to do, and that's what they want to do, and that's their bread and butter. So, again, you talked about a good push up front. Winning that battle at the line of scrimmage is really what both these teams want to do here today.
Well, first couple of plays very successful for Spring Lake Park, helping establish that run game. Oriana, the man in motion, and Dunbar on the keeper, wrapped up and pulled back after a short gain. I think that was McGrone who got him and pulled him back.
All 3 of these running backs get a lot of time in this backfield. They all average almost 5 yards a carry. Dennis averages almost 9 yards a carry. Both Dunbar and Oriana average 4.7. So, these are things that the Cardinals defensively know about, and easier said than done, but that's where they have to limit them.
Dunbar under center, wing T formation with 2 receivers on the right side, 2nd and 9. The pitch goes to Oriana, trying to find room around the left, and he is wrapped up and dropped for a 2-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and down, third and long.
And exactly what the Cardinals want to see here on 3rd down, 3rd and long situation for the Panthers. I'll tell you who you keep your eye on, number 84, Caleb Skelly for the Panthers. He's a big young man. He's able to go up and win those 50-50 balls. Look for him and see if he's involved in this play, because I know they'll try and feed it to him at this point.
He is a big, tall, and athletic receiver, and he is lined up wide to the right at the bottom of your screen, manned up by Joseph Tarnu. They run the option. Pitch goes to Henry, trying to get around the corner and forced out of bounds after his short gain. Great job by Tedrow. He was being blocked, but able to keep the angle and force Henry out of bounds. It'll mean the punt team comes on for Spring Lake Park.
More importantly, I think initially he thought about throwing the ball. He was looking to Skelly, but Skelly was covered, and he realized that the only way he was going to gain any kind of yardage, it was to try and take it around end.
Evan Federer-Vicious is the punter for the Panthers, standing at his own 29-yard line. Jordan Doe awaiting at the other end. A short end-over-end kick will bounce at the 35. Doe will vacate, and it will roll. And a good Spring Lake Park roll will set the Cardinals up back near their 20-yard line.
Yeah, and smartly, Doe decided he's not going to play the ball, just going to get away from it, let it roll, and start your offense from there.
So the Coon Rapids offense will come on for the first time. 9:04 remaining in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line.
You know, as well as they throw the ball, they really do want to establish the run. They want to open up their offense, and I think by establishing the run, it'll open up their passing game a little bit more.
Handoff goes to Jeebly. A little jump cut, finds a little bit of room, fights off the first contact, and is out to the 25, a gain of 4. Coon Rapids spreading it out, 2 receivers on either side for Van Holzen out of the shotgun on 2nd and 6. Drops back, looks, waits, now throws, wants Doe, and Doe is tackled and flags all over the place. That I don't know that would have been caught, but Clausen attacked the receiver rather than look for the ball, and that's a big penalty early against the Panthers.
Yeah, I think that ball would not have been caught, Joe. And I think that's a play that, unfortunately for the Panthers, they committed that infraction and keeps that drive going.
Well, the Panthers very aware of Doe's capabilities again.
Pass interference, defense, 15 yards, first down.
There you see it again, and I mean, that ball was going to be over his head. I mean, it was closer than it looked originally, but yeah, definitely pass interference.
1st and 10 from the 40. Handoff goes to Jeebly. Good push off the left side. Breaks a tackle. Finds some room. Fumbles the ball. I think the Panthers got on top of it just on their side of midfield. And that is the case. An early turnover ends the Cardinals' first drive.
I'm not sure if he was trying to change hands in this situation, trying to get that to the outside. Because it looked like it was he just kind of fumbled it. No contact there. Oh, there was contact again. There was Shannon got a piece of the ball as he was blocking, and it came out of his hands. Tough one for Coon Rapids, because that was a nice start of a nice drive for the Cardinals.
And a little redemption for the Panther defense after giving up the pass interference penalty. They get the ball right back on a turnover. Take over 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. Dunbar with a pro set in the backfield. Handoff goes to Henry, and he bulls forward into Cardinal territory. A gain of 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, again, trying to fire off the offensive line are the Panthers, and they go right over where Hawkins is, but you see Nolan coming in low and making the tackle.
Second and 6 from the Coon Rapids 47-yard line. Dunbar on the keeper, finding some room. Stiff arm gets around the corner as a first down and taken down inside the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and give credit to that offensive front and the guys on the edge as they're able to play the block. But I think Dunbar's hurt.
Well, he's had an injured hand for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, but I think he took a big hit at the end of that play.
And he is over on the sidelines here with a first down at the 34.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, and certainly we hope that young man's all right, because he's a huge part of what Spring Lake Park likes to do. And all of a sudden, you put your backup quarterback in a very difficult situation, and he's in a lot of pain, Joe.
Aaron Clausen will come in under center with 1st and 10 from the Coon Rapids 34-yard line after a nice gain of 13, but an injury to Zach Dunbar. Almost got the Cardinals to jump, and he did.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense, 5 yards, first down.
Yeah, defense really excited to get off the ball. Unfortunately, it cost them there. A little bit too excited, as they're going to get the 5 yards walked off against them. Makes it a very interesting situation at 1st and 5 down here from the 29.
Handoff goes to Henry up the middle near the sticks, fighting for yardage. I think he's going to be just short. It'll be second and less than a yard.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier when it's 1st and 5, especially when you have a good running attack to pick up that first down. Yeah, that's unfortunate. He is still down on the play.
Handoff goes to Oriana, right side, has the first down to the 21-yard line. The Panthers continue to march with their quarterback on the sideline.
Yeah, they're still working. He's finally getting up off the ground. Hopefully he's going to be okay. But we hate to see that. I think he took a shot to the ribs.
Quarterback option, keeping it is Clausen, and he's going to be wrapped up and dropped after a short gain.
See it again, just Clausen trying to see what he could get up that, turning it upfield, but Cardinal defense is there to stop him.
2nd and 8 inside the red zone are the Panthers here midway through the first quarter. No score in this state quarterfinal game. Clausen under center. Handoff goes to Henry. Gets a good block on the left side and gets a good gain. It'll be 3rd and short.
Again, continue to pound the inside of that defensive front for Coon Rapids. They're not getting a lot of yardage, but they're pushing the ball forward enough to give themselves manageable situations on 3rd and short.
It'll be 3rd and 2 from the 13.
Well, Dunbar's back in behind center, so we'd like to see that.
On 3rd down, Dunbar will keep it, cut back, a flag in the backfield. He's got the first down, but yes, this will most likely march him back. Yeah. It will be a hold.
Yeah, I saw that one. I mean, it was pretty easy for our official to call.
So instead of it being a converted 3rd down.
On the offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, 3rd down.
So they called that from the foul at the 13?
Which is also the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 12. Instead of that converted 3rd down to the 10-yard line, would have been a 1st and goal situation. Panthers forced out on their previous 3rd and long opportunity on their opening drive here in 4-down territory. Dunbar option, pitch goes to Oriana. Oriana looking for cutback, spins, and is stood up after a short gain. It'll be 4th and about 11.
Yeah, I think he picked up a yard. And again, good lateral pursuit by the Cardinal defense to make sure that he didn't gain that edge. And we talked about the athletes on this, both sides of the ball on this Cardinal team, but just nice speed laterally to make sure that he didn't get any positive yardage.
Fourth and long. Dunbar comes in and eyes over the defense. Pro set in the backfield, a receiver on each side, and the Panthers will take a timeout now that they got an opportunity to see how the Vikings, how the Cardinals were going to line up defensively.
Well, this obviously is a big sports weekend with the Gophers that have a big game, and the Vikings, of course, have a big game, but in my mind, none bigger than this one in front of us.
I would agree with that wholeheartedly. Big 4th down for the Spring Lake Park Panthers here in this first quarter. Coon Rapids on its lone drive. Only a couple of plays, got a big defensive penalty, and then after getting first down yardage, a turnover near midfield.
Yeah, this is a huge defensive play for the Cardinals. More so than it is offensively for Spring Lake Park.
Dunbar, straight drop, looks right, now swings the pass to Oriana. Tedrow is there, wraps him up, gets some friends to come help, and drops him for a loss of 3. Cardinals will take over on it, downs at their own 25-yard line.
Well, Joe, I'll tell you, the happiest guy on the field is David Jeebley after fumbling that ball. No points after that turnover, and just great defense by the Cardinals. Tedrow was not going to let him out of his grasp, and then a whole bunch of guys, a whole bunch of friends came over to make sure they wrapped him up.
3:55 to go. First quarter, Cardinals take over 1st and 10 from their own 26. Swing Jeebley out, the run by Van Holzen did not fool the Panther defense. He's wrapped up and stopped after a short gain.
Well, in the same situation offensively for Coon Rapids. They don't want to be in 2nd and 3rd and long, and here 2nd and long against a pretty good defense.
Only one pass attempt so far, and they got a pass interference call. Handoff, no, play action. Pass is complete to Sonny Tao. He's wrapped up and dropped quickly at the 22-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and not too bad, 3rd and 4. It's manageable for this offense. But again, you know, they want to get it in the hands of their playmakers, and certainly Sonny Tao is one of their top playmakers. And a good job by the Panther defense to realize what they were doing and limiting his positive movement forward.
Big snap here for the Cardinal offense early on. Play action, Van Holzen rolls, he's got pressure. Avoids a tackle, gets a block, has a ball came out, and they turn it over again. Panthers will take over on the fumble at the Coon Rapids 40-yard line. And again, Van Holzen had first down yardage, but the ball popped free.
Unfortunate situation for Coon Rapids. Again, that second turnover of this first quarter for Coon Rapids, and they certainly cannot continue to turn the ball over. As I know that head coach John Stewart right there is thinking, oh, that's a big break for our squad, but we have to come down and put points on the board.
2:46 remaining in the opening quarter. The Panthers right back on offense from the Coon Rapids 40-yard line. Dunbar under center, drops back, wants to throw, and does. An incomplete one. It's Skelly down the sideline, but well covered by Ryan Corey on the play.
So now with Dunbar in there, Clausen in there, I'm not seeing, okay, then I was just going to say, I'm not seeing Dunbar, but he's back.
That was Clausen.
Yeah, Clausen came out, but Dunbar just came in. I wasn't sure if Dunbar was having some issues from that hit he took, and that's why Clausen was on the field to start this drive.
2nd and 10, Dunbar under center. On the keeper, left side, trying to cut back behind his blockers, and a good job fighting for extra yardage down to the 36-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and 6.
It's a big third down here.
Well, Trey Toner got knocked over. The tight end got knocked into the backfield onto his backside.
Wasn't happy about it. Nope. Didn't even want help from his teammate to get up. Said, I'm doing this on my own.
3rd and 6 for the Panthers. On the keeper again is Dunbar, and he will find his way right to the 30, and that should move the chains.
Yeah, again, a good job by Dunbar to realize what he had and the kind of real estate he had in front of him. Able to turn it upfield quickly like he did. Allowed him to pick up that first down. You saw that he was going to try and go to the edge, but the Cardinals had a seal on the outside, but he did a really nice job of finding that seam to turn upfield to pick up the first down and continue this drive.
Late in the first quarter, and the Panthers have been on offense almost the entire time. Coon Rapids with 6 snaps offensively and 2 turnovers. Under 90 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. First and 10 from the 30 for the Panthers. Hit in the backfield is Dunbar and then dropped for a loss. David Jeebley, the one to wrap him up and take him down.
Boy, again, the front three push for Coon Rapids that time, blew past that offensive line, put so much pressure on Dunbar that he was not able to do anything, and he just had to make sure he ate the football.
I didn't see who got the initial hit on him, but drove him back, and Jeebley wrapped him up and drops him for a 4-yard loss. Second and 14 from the 34. Fake the give, and again, hit in the backfield is Dunbar, running backwards and swarmed under by Cardinal defenders. He'll lose a whole bunch. This will be third and very long.
A Cardinal defense being aggressive when they need to be, and certainly doing it here, as winning that battle at the point of attack. I think we talked about that. It's going to be so important all game long to get off the ball quickly, and look at the Cardinals doing a great job putting pressure in the backfield before Williams and company can bring him down.
And after the initial hit, again, he got hit right behind the line, and that drove him backwards. He tried to run back to find some room to run, and that just got him in more trouble. He loses 10 yards, and it'll be third and 24 when we start the second quarter. No score from Osseo High School. It's the state quarterfinals on CTN. Nice hands, drives and scores. Picked him off relatively comfortable day in early November as we start the 2019 Minnesota State High School football tournament. Section 5 champion Spring Lake Park Panthers with the ball, but facing third and very long against the Section 7 champions from Coon Rapids. Third and 24 from the Coon Rapids 44. Handoff goes to Henry, and he's swallowed up immediately and dropped for no gain.
That was a huge hit.
Who's wearing 58?
That's a good question.
But that's the same. So whose number is not out there that's normally out there? It's Ty King.
It's Ty King changed numbers?
Okay, I do not see 44. So, yeah, I think that's Ty King. And I think it was him that also got a couple of hits in the backfield that caused those big losses before. He's been a big part of this defense, and it forces the punting situation. So defense holding strong on a couple of turnovers. Backed up into the end zone is Doe, and trying to come out, and the Cardinals are going to start deep in their own end, and he's got to let that go into the end zone.
He's got to let that go. He has to let that go.
That's a mental error, you know. And now we've got a Spring Lake Park player down on the field.
I think that's their tight end, Trey Toner. Trey Toner the third. Yeah, he looks like he's hurting. So, Joe, you have to feel the Cardinals are so fortunate. They've turned the ball over 2 times and have not given up any points in that situation. So they're lucky they dodged a bullet twice in this situation, but they can ill afford to continue to turn the ball over because
very true.
Because it will come back to get them if they do.
And then to have the mental error by Doe that puts them deep in their own end. You let that one bounce, it's going in the end zone. It's at the 20.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you want to make a play, quite obviously, and certainly he is a playmaker. But you have to be able to know where you are on the field, and by letting that go by, now you put yourself with a very long field. He's up. That's good to see.
Well, again, Coon Rapids has one first down, but that by penalty in their first 2 possessions. and twice have turned it over on just 6 snaps.
On what would have been first downs.
Both would have been first downs. But now with their heels to the goal line, they start 1st and 10 from their own 6. 11:07 to play in this opening half. No score yet on the board. Van Holzen standing just at the goal line. Play action, pumps, now throws, wants to go long. And a juggling in, unable to catch it was Avant Shannon. He almost brought it in. It would have been a fantastic catch. Just not able to secure it at the end. Almost makes the one-handed catch. Defender doing a nice job of taking away the rest of his body once the ball was there. But it would have been an amazing catch had he made it.
Well, the catch, the throw was where pretty much only he could make a play on it, but definitely great coverage by the Panthers on the play as well.
Cardinals spread out, 3 receivers on the left side. Handoff goes to Jeebly in the middle. He's swallowed up immediately, falls forward back to the line of scrimmage, and it will be 3rd and long from the 6.
And this is exactly what you want to avoid is 3rd and long, especially where you are here on the field. Because if you cannot convert the first down, you're going to punt the ball away, and you should give Spring Lake Park pretty good field position to start their next drive.
They did get a yard, so 3rd and 9 from the 7.
It's a big first down for the Cardinal offense.
Van Holzen, straight drop, has time, pumps, now steps up, throws, complete to Sonny Tao, 1st down out to the 23-yard line.
Boy, I really like what Jake did because he could have taken off with the football and tried to get it with his feet. But just a nice play as he's going to roll to his left, step up in the pocket, and find Sonny Tao there with the football to continue the drive. I like that play. Good, smart play by your quarterback.
And a good play by Sonny Tao to find a hole in the zone and give his quarterback a target. Van Holzen looks to throw again. Lots of time. Throwing it long into triple coverage. Nearly picked off. Skelly was there, and Doe had to turn into a defender.
Oh, boy, they're fortunate there. That ball was not intercepted because you're right. There were 3 defenders right there with Doe. And that pass hung up a little bit, allowing Skelly to make a play on it. But you're right, Doe coming back and got a piece of his jersey and brought him to the ground. And his momentum wouldn't allow him to maintain the football.
Second and 10 from the 23. Van Holzen out of the shotgun. Handoff goes to Jeebly, swallowed up in the backfield. And he will lose yardage. It'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, and right now this running game is not clicking for Coon Rapids early on here, and it's important for them to get that established, whether it's your back or your quarterback picking up yards on the ground. Just great job by this defense to swarm Jeebly. He wasn't going anywhere.
Loss of 2, 3rd and 12. From their own 21. Already a big 3rd down conversion on this drive. Van Holzen drops back, waits, looks. Now will run. Man coverage, he's got a lot of room. He'll have the 1st down and get out of bounds on the far sideline outside the 35.
And again, that's just smart play by Jake because you look downfield and his receivers are covered, but look at all the real estate he has to work with. He's going to step to his left and then just cut up field. He knew that he had the opportunity to gain that 1st down. Hard
to play man defense, although you do take away from their passing options. If you play man and nobody's accounting for that quarterback, he is dangerous. Quarterback option pitch goes to Jeebly, keeps fighting and falls forward to the 39. Gain of a couple.
Again, just a quick pitch, and the defense closes quickly as they limit him just to that short gain, but nonetheless want to get those positive yards on the ground.
Hey, if you can average 3 yards a carry, you're doing pretty well.
Well, against this defense, they're stingy against the run.
2nd and 7, bubble screen, and it's dropped. Intended for Von Shannon, and he just took his eyes off the ball.
Yeah, I know. You're concerned about coverage and getting hit, but you got to be able to look the football in before you look upfield.
And another third down situation for the Cardinals. They've converted on 3rd and 9 and 3rd and 12. This one will be 3rd and 7 from their own 39-yard line.
As you talked about, 2 of 3 on 3rd down. And you certainly don't want to be stuck in this where you're making it 3rd and long.
Van Holzen pressured, rolls out. Will get the corner. He'll have another first down with his feet. Forced out of bounds in Spring Lake Park territory at the 43-yard line.
We talked to head coach John Stewart from Spring Lake Park just before the game, and Jen had asked him a question, who's that player that you're most concerned about? And he said number 7. We got to limit what he can do on the ground. He's a good passer, but he's an extremely good runner, and you see it there. A couple of big first downs from the feet of Jake Van Holzen.
Well, and on the one side, you credit the secondary of Spring Lake Park taking away his passing options, but a great job by the offensive line of Coon Rapids containing and getting the edge for Van Holzen. A little receiver screen to Doe, loses yardage back to the 45.
Well, the Panther defense obviously has seen enough film on Coon Rapids to know they love that bubble screen, and the defense has been ready for it so far here today. We've seen that bubble screen go for big yards this season. Unfortunately for the Cardinals, that time the defense sniffed it out.
2nd and 12. Van Holzen out of the shotgun, has 2 guys in the backfield with him. Now sends Doe out to the right. Handoff goes to Jeebly, and he's going to get 3. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Well, now the Cardinal offense again forced to a 3rd and long situation. They need to complete a 3rd and 9 if they're going to continue this drive. I'm not sure if they would, depending on the yardage they gain, if they would try and go for it on 4th down.
3 receivers right side for the Cardinals on 3rd and 9.
Let's see if they bring a little pressure here from Spring Lake Park.
Cardinals have converted on a couple of 3rd and longs so far, 2 of them when Van Holzen just decided to run. He's got time, throws, complete to Sonny Tao. He's got a first down to the 15-yard line.
Well, they did bring the pressure. Credit the offensive line. What a great job of allowing Jake with enough time to spot. Look at all the time he has to throw to spot Sonny. And Tao with a nice catch, able to get a few yards after he caught the ball. Puts Coon Rapids in a great situation. Now first down from the 15.
27-yard pickup. Tao's second completion reception on 3rd down. Quarterback option, big hole for Van Holzen, cuts it back and dives forward to the 12-yard line, or down to the 7-yard line. Gain of 8.
Yeah, again, just a good job of cutting upfield quickly and realizing that nice job by his guys in front of him to open up that hole, found that seam and able to pick up nice yardage.
2nd and 2. Option, pitch goes to Jeebly. He's got a first down inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal for the Cardinals.
I think they put it at the 4.
Midway through the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, again, not a lot of room, but enough to move the chains. The pitch goes to Jeebly. Look at the nice job there by Skelly to play off his blocker to make the tackle. Otherwise, he may have gone in the end zone.
Timeout, Spring Lake Park. If I'm not mistaken, that's the third and final of this first half. 5:51 to play, 2nd quarter. Cardinals threatening 1st and goal from the 4. They've converted on 4 big 3rd downs on this drive that started at their own 6.
Yeah, this is a good timeout too for the Cardinals, just to make sure offensively, even though that was not called by them, but just to make sure that they've got their offense out there and the play they want to run here. First down from about the 4.5. First and goal, an opportunity to see if they can get the first points of this contest.
both crowds fired up. A 1st and goal situation for the Cardinals. Handoff, Jeebly, touchdown, Coon Rapids.
Oh, great blocking up front, too. Jeebly saw that hole as he cut into the middle and walked into the end zone for the first score of the afternoon.
A 94-yard drive.
Impressive. And a couple of plays on 3rd and long.
4 times they converted 3rd down.
Yep.
And now Alex Findlay on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up. It is good. And Coon Rapids leads 7-0.
That was, again, just a nice drive, long, sustained drive. Took a lot of time, obviously, off the clock. Forced Spring Lake Park to call their 3rd timeout of the half. And then they cap it off with David Jeebly untouched into the end zone. Look at the big boys up front just creating a hole. I mean, look at that hole. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, you and I could have run through that hole. Maybe not that quickly, but nonetheless, we could have.
Maybe not all the way to the end zone.
Well, I would have need the oxygen when I'm done, but I would have made it.
It's a big, big score. A great drive for the Cardinals. 4 3rd down conversions, all on 3rd and long situations. A couple where Van Holzen was able to take advantage of the man-to-man coverage and sneak out for nice gains, and a couple of connections with Sonny Tao through the air. And then the David Jeebly 4-yard touchdown to cap it off. A little more than 5 minutes and 15 plays.
Yeah, and that's the key, is the fact that they ran 15 plays on the drive, the fact they took more than 5 minutes off the clock, and the most important part is they punched into the end zone and got the score. Now, now you look at your special teams, got to have a good play here, limit their field position, and that gives so much more confidence if you didn't need it to that defense coming in playing with the lead.
Oriana lets it fall at his feet, goes down to pick it up, and he's immediately down at the 16-yard line. So now the Panthers, trailing for the first time, will have a long field in front of them.
Oriana with the return. First down and 10 at the 16-yard line for Spring Lake Park.
And this is a Spring Lake Park offense that has been able to move pretty well at times, but just not able to finish anything off. And as we talked about after the last punt, they've had 2 turnovers from their defense, put them in plus territory, and they've come away scoreless both times. Now looking to answer here before the half. 5:42 to play. They took over 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line. And the Cardinals all jumped.
Oh,
the whole line.
Well, that is certainly something that Camp Police Coach Weber.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense, 5 yards, 1st down.
Second time the Cardinals have been drawn offside, but I mean, defense obviously fired up now that they have a lead.
That's what I'm saying.
Their offense definitely an inspiring drive here in the second quarter. So 1st and 5 from the 21. Dunbar brings them to the line in the wing tee. Oriana, the man in motion. Handoff goes to Henry, and he's hit immediately and has some help from his friends to force forward for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and getting running right into the teeth of that Cardinal defense, just trying to kind of almost nickel and dime it in order to pick up a 1st down. And the nice thing about Coon Rapids is they do such a good job of wrapping up. If you limit them to a couple of yards, 2-3 yards, you're doing your job on defense.
Well, as you had mentioned, is a team that has a per carry average around 5.
Exactly.
That's pretty impressive, and that's a lot of credit to the offensive line of the Spring Lake Park Panthers. And that whole 3 yards he gained on that last play was because the offensive line pushed back. Dunbar tripped up, and he may have enough. It'll see where they spot him. He was tripped up and fell forward. He'll be very close to the 1st down marker.
Yeah, it looks like he may have it. If not, he's going to be inches short, and they gave it to him.
1st down.
But you're right, he did a nice job. I wasn't sure if that was Miles Taylor. Got a little bit of his foot, kind of caused him to fall forward. Otherwise, he may have been able to pick up some additional yardage. And we talked about how Miles Taylor is so disruptive in that backfield when he gets an opportunity.
So the Panthers with a 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Pitch goes to the right side for Aaron Payne, and he is hit hard by Jordan Nolan. And he's back at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, again, I mean, they're trying to gain that edge. Look at number 9 in your picture. Watch him just lay the lumber.
He had blocking out in front of him, tried to cut back. Great lateral pursuit by the Cardinals.
Let's go, defense!
So 2nd and 10 for the Panthers from their own 26-yard line. Oriana, the man in motion. Handoff goes to Henry up the middle, keeps his feet moving, and really has a nice gain after contact. Gain of about 6, set up 3rd and 4.
He's a strong young man, and we talked about him. He's he's averaging about almost 9 yards per carry and plays just like that, where he's able to drag some defenders with him to pick up some additional yards. So now it's a 3rd and manageable situation for this offense. Defense looking to step up big here for Coon Rapids.
And a huge 3rd down for this Spring Lake Park offense. They do not want to turn the ball back over to the Cardinals with time remaining here in the opening quarter. Nearly got the Cardinals to jump, but able to get reset. Handoff to Henry. He's stopped.
Short.
Ball came out. There's a scramble. We'll see where they mark it and who has possession.
Well, Barr's going to be marked at the 35, it looks like. I think Spring Lake Park has it. Yeah,
and the Panthers are able to maintain control, but now a punting situation. And if you're the Cardinals, do you call timeout?
Yeah, they did.
And
they
there
did.
it is.
I mean, you have plenty of time. 2:46 remain on the clock here, and the Cardinals will get the ball to start the second. So it's turned out well for this defense. Did a nice job of stopping him, and then now you punt the ball back to the Cardinals, and their offense coming off a nice sustained drive. And that defense, Joe, has played very, very well in this contest.
Well, they've had a short field at their back a couple of different times, but they have kept the Panthers from capitalizing on 2 first-quarter turnovers by Coon Rapids. And now the only thing is here, make sure you don't fall victim to a fake. I would be surprised if Spring Lake Park tries it, but with 4th and very short late in the half, if they could catch the Cardinals napping.
Well, you know, Coach Russin told him the exact same thing. Do not make that mistake. Do not jump snap. Because, you know, I could see them trying to do that in this situation, but it would be dangerous. I kick the ball away. I don't do anything tricky here. There's still plenty of time. You're only down by a touchdown.
Federovich is standing at his own 23-yard lines. Cardinals keep everybody up near the line, and they do a direct snap, and they have Oriana for a first down to the 43-yard line.
They had to know it was coming. But again, it didn't surprise me. But they're fortunate that they picked up that first down to keep the sticks move the sticks and keep the drive going, because if they had not, they would give the Cardinals an amazing field position with plenty of time left in the half.
But on 4th and 1, they take the gamble, and it pays off. 1st and 10 now from their own 38-yard line. Panthers trail 7-0, have no timeouts remaining. About 2 1/4 to go in the first half. Cardinals showing blitz. Dunbar takes his time. Now the snap. He'll keep it. Cut back in the middle. He's tripped up. He's out close to the 45-yard line. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Ball right at the 45-yard line. And good vision from the Panther quarterback to find a lane and get a good gain.
Well, the thing for the defense here is just not allow any points on the board in this drive.
Handoff goes to Oriana. He's got a first down into Cardinal territory. Stopped up as he gets close to the 42.
And remember, Spring Lake Park has 0 timeouts remaining in this half. So,
yeah, and they're going to start moving with a little more expediency, knowing that they're under 90 seconds and have no timeouts. 1st and 10 from the Coon Rapids 42-yard line.
But it would be huge if they could put some points on the board before the break.
pro set in the backfield behind Dunbar. Handoff will go to Henry right up the middle, spins and fights for a little extra yardage. He's down to the 37, a gain of 5.
Well, the thing about that continues to move the clock. We're under a minute. I mean, even if they could come away with a field goal, put something on the board, they would be happy, but time is definitely not on their side here.
2nd and 4, down to 43 seconds. Quarterback option, Taylor drops Dunbar after a short gain.
Cardinals called timeout.
No, they
did have one?
No, they must have had one.
They must have.
left.
I thought they used 3. I thought for sure they used 3, but
I thought they had as well. But they will call it here, facing 3rd and 3 from the 35.
Whether it's going to be a reverse or a shot over the top, be smart, play football. That's what we got to do. We got to get big time plays right now. Okay? What do we like? We like face and stacks.
Coach, you could hear Coach Weber talking about watch that shot. They could take a shot here at any point. Just play smart fundamental football with 37 seconds remaining. Watch for that throw because they do not throw the ball a lot.
But when they do, they can go down.
They can. They've got
the one completion out of 2 attempts in the section tournament for Dunbar went for 30 yards.
Skelly's averaging almost 30 yards a reception.
He is lined up in the slot on the left side.
And if they throw, they'll throw for the sideline.
Wetzel is the wideout. Bottom of your screen. They're looking for Skelly. Goes up and makes the catch down inbounds inside the 15.
I mean, all you got to do is throw it up there. He's got that size, but they're going to have to hustle to the line. We'll see if they choose to down it here or if they've got to play. You've got
21-yard
Clausen
gain.
in.
Clausen under center. Handoff, Oriana wrapped up. And he is going to be pushed back down to 20 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and do what they can. And then, again, you can't call a timeout. So if they even want to try a field goal attempt, they're going to make sure they have to stop it, and they're going to do it there.
Right there with 11 seconds.
Boy, Skelly is a good receiver. I mean, you look at that catch. He went up. There was no way the Cardinals defenders were going to be able to out-jump him for that 50-50 ball. And Miles Taylor taps the helmet, says, everybody use your head. Be smart. Play smart football.
And a good job by Antonio Manos to make sure that he keeps him inbounds, keeps the clock running at least. Timeout Cardinals.
Yep.
11 seconds. 3rd and 9 from the 13.
Oh, so they're not going to run the football in this situation because they can't stop the clock. So you're going to have to look for the pass. Just keep that ball in front of you. And if you can, pick it off, which would be ideal, obviously. But again, with no timeouts, you're not going to run the football at 3rd and 9.
Bottom line is this, okay? We got to go play football. We got to make one play.
Going to look for the end zone here.
Hey, you're in position. You just got to keep going, right? Antonio, you can come over the top.
No penalties. No penalties.
No penalties. Don't say that. Don't even put it out there.
It's a big snap right here, 3rd and 9. Clausen is under center.
Watch Skelly on you.
Clausen that made the big catch. They've got Shai Williams matched up against Skelly at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, that's a pretty big size difference.
Manos cheating to that side. They're going to throw to him, and the pass is well overthrown, incomplete.
So now at 4th down, you come in and you attempt the field goal. I don't know what kind of field goal kicker that percentage-wise.
That would be what, it's going to be about a 30-yarder from here.
It's definitely not automatic. He has one 30-yard field goal attempt made this year. So it's right there, but I think they're
going to keep
the
offense
go for it.
out there. Clausen brings in the play.
Well, you just got to keep the ball in front of that first down markers. That's the key here defensively. Just make a play.
Is the receiver up top. Wide left is Skelly. Straight drop, looking for Skelly again. Great defensive play by Tonio Manos. Went up and got a hand in front of it. Knocked it away before Skelly could get his big mitts on it.
Yeah, and they come away empty. No points allowed by this defense. The faithful in front of us from Coon Rapids on their feet, cheering the effort by the boys. And you're right, Manos getting a hand on it, tipping it away from that big young man.
Well,
Skelly.
That's the thing. This is a team that does not pass very often.
No.
But when they do, they go to number 84. He's a big, good athlete, very athletic, goes up and gets it, has good hands. And a terrible matchup for most secondaries in high school with that much size. But Cardinals were definitely cheating to his side, and a big play by Tone Manos means they go to the locker room up 7-0. We'll take a short break, get some reaction right after this. You're watching the 2019 Minnesota State High School Football Tournament on CTN.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then just follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Keep up with local news, sports, and events, and the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Back at Osseo High School, halftime of this state quarterfinal. Coon Rapids a 7-0 lead over Spring Lake Park. Down on the sidelines with head coach Nick Russin is Jen Halverson. Jen?
Coach, your defense held Spring Lake Park to a scoreless first half. What are they doing so well?
Doing what they do all year, being physical up front, reading their keys, making sure that their gap assignment. Nothing new for us. We love how they play. They play very physical. We just want to continue that in the second half.
Offensively, what are you seeing that could allow for more efficiency next half?
Yeah, I think first of all, we got to take care of the football. You know, our first two possessions, we fumbled it away. Our defense has hung tough, which has been awesome. But understand, kind of the coverages, they're changing up a little bit on us, making sure that our linemen are taking the right steps, being physical up front. We got to keep running the ball, and then if those shots are there, we got to take those shots.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Joe?
All right, thank you, Jen. We'll take another break. We'll be back with first half stats and highlights right after this. You're watching the 2019 Minnesota State High School quarterfinal on CTN.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Back at Carlton Field at Osseo High School, host of the quarterfinal round of the 2019 Minnesota State High School Football Tournament, and we've gotten pretty much what we expected between these two division rivals, a low-scoring defensive battle through the first half.
Yeah, and a couple things certainly have gone Coon Rapids' ways. They turned the ball over twice, but unfortunately for Spring Lake Park, the Panthers were not able to come up with any points. And then the long, sustained drive in that first half for the touchdown really kind of established what they want to do. Now they got an opportunity to get the ball in the second half, see what they can do on offense again. Yeah,
really only 3 offensive possessions in the first half for the Coon Rapids Cardinals. The first 2 definitely did not go the way they wanted them to. Both times on runs that would have picked up first downs, they end up coughing up the ball and giving the Panthers possession inside the Coon Rapids end. But the Cardinal defense has answered the call each and every time. They've had a couple of tackle for loss, just getting Dunbar wrapped up in the backfield and forcing him back. And then the Cardinals get on the board, as you mentioned, after a long sustained drive. This drive was 94 yards, took 15 plays. That includes 4 times converting on 3rd and long. 2 by pass and 2 by scrambles for the quarterback, Jake Van Holzen. And then defense holds again late in the half. The Panthers come down. They threaten. Tone Manos comes up with a big swat inside the end zone on the final play. The Cardinals able to just take a knee and go to the locker room up 7-0.
And you talk about an evenly matched game. Look at the statistics. They're pretty evenly matched. 112 total yards for the Panthers, 1.25 for Coon Rapids. Actually, more first downs for Spring Lake Park than the Cardinals, but the turnovers, and again, the turnovers is the situation where the Cardinals have to cut down. Penalties, they're okay with. A couple of penalties for 10 yards in that first half, they'll live with in that situation, but they will not live with turning the ball over.
Well, they were able to get away with those turnovers, but just a 7-point lead as we get to the break. Coon Rapids will get the ball to start the second half, and we'll have that for you next on CTN.
Watching your favorite Cardinal sports live is getting even easier. Whether it's CTN Cable Channel 859, the CTN Facebook and YouTube pages, or now live on our Twitter page. You choose how you want to watch Cardinal Nation. With CTN, you'll be able to catch all the big plays, all the emotion, and all the fun of Coon Rapids sports. CTN Coon Rapids, stay connected.
Back at Osseo High School, Coon Rapids with a 7-0 lead over Spring Lake Park at the half. Down on the sideline with Spring Lake Park, head coach John Stewart is our Jen Halverson. Jen?
Well, Coach, you told us before the game you were mostly concerned about number 7 quarterback Jake Van Holzen going into this game. After watching him first half, how do you adjust?
Oh, man, we got to find a way to keep him in the pocket and contain on the pass rush. He's gotten outside a couple times and made some big plays.
What do you want to see from your team to gain some separation offensively?
We just got to make sure that we keep running hard and finish our blocks. I think we're close on a few things, and it's just fighting for another inch.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Joe?
All right, thank you, Jen. And, this is going to be a big test for the Spring Lake Park defense to start the second half. Coon Rapids will get the opening kickoff, and it would be huge if they could add points. So really, Spring Lake Park's defense has to come out and find a way to stop number 7.
Yeah, and you and I were just talking off air briefly about, trying to establish the run, and they still do, but the passing game for Coon Rapids is when it's on, it is excellent, and they rely a lot on those bubble screens. And so far, early on, because the bubble screen is as good as a run in a good situation, early on the defense from Spring Lake Park is really kind of sniffing that play out. So we'll see what kind of adjustments the Cardinals have made as well here in the second half on the offensive side of the ball to kind of overcome some of that stuff.
All right, we'll take one more little break. We'll be back with the second half kickoff. You're watching CTN's coverage of the 2019 Minnesota State football quarterfinal.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Back at Ton Field here at Osseo High School. 24 minutes of football to play. The winner moving on to state semifinals at the U.S. Bank Stadium. Coon Rapids a 7-0 lead as we start, and they will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, and we talked about it. It's a big offensive drive for the Cardinals. Not that obviously they have to have points, but if they can come down here and get some points on this first drive to open the second half, that's really going to put so much pressure on the Spring Lake Park team, that especially against an aggressive defense that flies to the ball like Coon Rapids. But easier said than done, of course. You've got to implement your offense and come down and do the things that you've been successful at offensively here against a pretty good defense.
Raul Solorio set to kick it away for the Panthers. And this second half is underway. Jeebly will take it from the 7. Looking for room on the right side. Hit, breaks free, and is stopped up at about the 22-yard line.
Look at the time of possession, 16 minutes and 47 seconds for the Panthers, 7:13 for the Cardinals. But you got to look at those two turnovers that would have continued drives forward. That's the pretty big discrepancy. Nonetheless, Coon Rapids with the 7-0 lead.
Well, Coon Rapids again, the first 2 possessions were 3 plays and a turnover. Fakes the give to Doe. Van Holzen up the middle, out across the 25 to the 27, maybe the 28, a gain of 5 or 6.
Again, you'll take that from your quarterback on a run on first down here.
Most definitely, and that's something that the Cardinals have not been able to do, is open up holes much through that running defense of Spring Lake Park. Their biggest runs really have come on third downs when the Cardinals going to be flagged for illegal procedure.
Dead ball. Full start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
So that puts you right back at where you started from, and that's, again, an unfortunate situation.
Well, and I was just saying they haven't really been able to open up many big holes. The touchdown by Jeebly was a good hole for sure, but their biggest runs have come from Van Holzen on plays where he just had to run on third down because the coverage downfield was so good from the Panther defense. Now on 2nd and 9 from the 23. He's out of the pistol. Quarterback option. Now wants to throw. Now looks to run. And a flag in the backfield. This is going to come back as Van Holzen continues to fight, forced out of bounds, just short of the first down marker, but this one's coming back.
Yeah, this is going to be a hold against the Cardinals. And again, we talked about it at the beginning of this game. Penalties. And only 2 in the first half, but 2 already on this drive for the Cardinals.
A spot foul. This is going all the way back to the 9-yard line.
Yikes.
Holding. Offense. Half the distance. Second down.
That's costly.
Second and 22.
I want to thank Scott Munoz, our umpire, for wearing our mic. We appreciate that. Brings the sounds of the game right into your living room.
Van Holzen on 2nd and long, drops back, now sprints up the middle. Is met and falls forward to the 18. It'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, again, you have so much to go in front of you to gain that first down, even though Jake pretty much quickly stepped up in that pocket, allows the defense coming back to close around him, limit his game and gain, and then continuing now a 3rd and pretty long situation.
Well, it goes from 2nd and 22 to 3rd and about 14. Cardinal offense again stumbled on their first couple of possessions in the first half. This pass is complete. Lucky Morange turning upfield. He'll be stopped short of a first down. Well, it looks like where they'll mark it, he may have the first down. Oh, I'm sorry, that was not Lucky Morange. It was Ryan Garlick on the reception. We'll see where they put it.
Oh, I think it's first down. Yeah, Garlick again, just making sure he brought that ball in.
And it is a first down, a huge third down conversion. That's 5 on 3rd and longs that have really helped the Cardinals. And, there were the Panthers being assisted by a couple of Coon Rapids penalties that could have been off the field relatively early and allow a 3rd and long conversion. 1st and 10 now from the 32. Handoff goes to Jeebly. Trying to find a lane on the left side, nothing there, no gain.
Yeah, Jeebly really hasn't had much real estate to run here so far this afternoon, and Coach Stewart talked about it. He says, I don't think 23 was the running back in the first time that we played them, and he was correct. And since that time, David Jeebly has burst onto the scene with a incredible back for Coon Rapids.
And now 2nd and 10. Option right. Pitch is behind Jeebly. Cardinals are going to have to fall on it. It'll be 3rd and forever.
Yeah, and then give credit to the defense there. They were really forcing Jake to get rid of the football, and they weren't in position. You're going to see 2 white jerseys around him, and Jeebly fortunately was able to come away with it. That would have been huge if they were not able to come away with that football down in that situation.
The 3rd and 17 from the 24. They've converted on 5 straight long 3rd downs. This one the longest yet. Tried to set up the screen. Now the pass bounces away from Jordan Doe. He would have
been short.
Yeah, he would have been about 12 yards short. He was well covered, and the Cardinals are going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, it's unfortunate circumstance. A couple of penalties put them in 3rd and long. They were able to pick up that 3rd and long, but then that unfortunate pitch that went awry to put them as far back as they were, and it's pretty difficult to pick it up 3rd down up on long situations like that each and every time.
Tarnu is standing just outside his own 10-yard line to punt this one away. Aaron Payne and Joey Sorensen, the deep backs for the Panthers, standing just inside their own 45. Tarnu, a good punt. Sorensen calls for the fair catch and makes it just on his side of midfield. So great field position for the Panthers to start their first offensive possession.
Yeah, and fortunate as it was for the Cardinals not to come away with some points, they're just gonna have the defense to step up and do what they can.
First and 10 from the 49. Dunbar in under center. Panthers have been able to move the football, but not able to put any points on the board as of yet. Their first possession of the second half. Dunbar on the keeper, able to slip away and gain a couple after he was hit right at the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up 4.
Well, again, Spring Lake Park in a good situation, Joe. It's just down 7-0, and obviously plenty of time remaining in this contest, but in good field position, as you mentioned, after that punt.
Second and 6 from the Coon Rapids 47. They still stay in the pro set. Skelly, the lone receiver on the left side. Dunbar, hands off, ball came out. Cardinals on top of it. A huge turnover back to the Coon Rapids Cardinals. McGrone jumps on the turf to get the takeaway.
Yeah, that ball came out quickly. I didn't even see it at first how it came out, but again, it was
not
just
a clean handoff.
No, it was
I don't
not.
know. I don't think Henry was expecting to get the carry.
Well, no, it looked like he was
He was looking to block. He was expecting Dunbar to take that back. It came right out. McGrone falls on it, a gift for the Cardinals.
And the Cardinals obviously will take that gift in a situation. Now great field position for them as they flip the opportunity.
They will start now, first and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Handoff goes to Jeebly. He's got a nice hole, spins away from a tackle, dives forward, has a first down to the Spring Lake Park 42-yard line.
Well, and that's what we've been used to seeing from David Jeebly, is that just getting the opportunity even once he gets past that initial line of scrimmage. He does such a good job, again, of just being shifty. We talked about nice job of turning out of that tackle, attempted tackle, picking up that first down and continuing to move forward.
And now first and 10 from the Panther 42-yard line. 3 receivers left for the Cardinals. Van Holzen will give it to Jeebly again. Spins at the line and gains a yard before being driven backward.
And that's pretty much what we've been seeing here from this Spring Lake Park defense in terms of what they've been trying to do with David Jeebly. 11 carries, 33 yards, and that score. But that last run before this play was his biggest gain.
Second and 9. Van Holzen drops back. Blitz comes. Picked up well.
There's a hold.
Yeah. Couple flags on that. A pretty easy one to call on Gavin Layton.
Yeah, again, just that strong rush on the edge, and Leighton not able to hold him off. Decided to grab a piece of the jersey and
well, the longer
see if hopefully I don't get found out.
Pocket, longer the quarterback's waiting in that pocket, more likely it is for the offensive lineman to be forced to hold. And another big penalty against the Cardinals here in the second half. And this one again caused by good downfield coverage from the Panthers. And this is a Panthers team again that gave up 367 passing yards in the section final.
During the play, holding 77 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay second down.
Yeah, again, so I mean, you can see the obvious there. He's pulling him down by the jersey, and if it had not done that, he would have had Jake there with the ball. But at that point, you get pushed back 10, making it now second and a whole bunch. And we've seen too many of these situations for Coon Rapids here in the second half.
Second and 23 from their own 45. Van Holzen drops back, waits, now throws. Tao can't bring it in, went right through his fingers. And it'll be third and long.
I think it was a little bit behind him, but Jake, plenty of protection to throw the football. He's patting that ball, but no, a little too far for him. Just a little bit out in front. And now makes it third and a lot. And a whole bunch. That would have been huge if they'd be able to hit that completion. That would have picked up a majority of what they needed, but unfortunately passed just a little offline.
Van Holzen on third and long, waits, now throws over the middle, incomplete. Tao just not able to bring it in.
Yeah, and that's just a play, and a great protection again. And that's a play I think Sonny would catch 9 out of 10 times, and unfortunately in that situation not able to hold on to the football, and the Cardinals are going to have to punt it away. And he knows that it was his miss, his opportunity that he couldn't pull in, but we've seen him make many more fine plays than that, so unfortunately it just came in a big time. Coach Stewart will be happy to take that opportunity.
Tarnu out to punt, a little better field position at this time, trying to see if they can.
There's 5 more yards against Coon Rapids. I think there was.
That seemed awfully quick for a delay.
It was movement. Was it say? Is he called
no,
delay
he
again?
Called it delay.
Yeah, it didn't seem like that was.
Delay a game, offense, 5-yard penalty, fourth down.
So is that the 4th penalty, I believe, so far in the Cardinals here in this second half? They only had 2 in the first half all along. We're just 5:49 remaining in the third quarter.
That is correct. Tarnu's punt, not very long, and angled to the sidelines, out of bounds. See where they march it off, right at the 40-yard line. So not even to the line to gain for the Cardinal offense. Net punt to just 20 yards. Spring Lake Park takes over in good field position.
Yeah, caught the side of his foot.
.5:43 remaining third quarter. Panthers take over at their own 40-yard line. A turnover on their first possession of this second half. Still trails 7-0. Dunbar wants to throw, now pulls it down, wants to run, bumped and sacked. Dropped in the backfield, and that play just did not go how they expected it to. And it was Ty King that finished it off.
I mean, look at nice job by Ty King to come around, fight off his block. He's going to do a spin move. And then Dunbar was not going anywhere as he's dropped for the loss.
So 2nd and 15, ball right at the 35-yard line. They were looking for a little timing pattern, get it out of Dunbar's hands quickly, but coverage was there, and then he was bumped. Good pressure from the defensive line on the keeper. Dunbar trying to cut back. He's wrapped up and stopped after a 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Well, now the situation is reversed for Spring Lake Park. They're in the 3rd and long situation. They're looking to complete a 3rd down from distance. And it's up to the Coon Rapids defense to make sure that doesn't happen. And again, it's always plays in your strength. Now Clausen's going to come in, go behind center in a passing situation. Clausen trying to get the Panthers out of a pickle.
They put Skelly in the slot on the right side. Wetzel is out wide over there. Pro set in the backfield. Straight drop. Clausen wants to throw to Skelly, complete. Cardinals have the coverage, and he's stopped at the 46-yard line and thrown out of bounds 4 yards shy of the first down marker.
Yeah, that'll be a punting situation for the Panthers. We'll see it here. I want to know that he didn't hang on to the possession. I'm not sure if he was able to make a move, a football move. Had to have. They're going for it.
They were able to convert on a 4th down earlier.
Cardinals do not jump. We'll see if that's what they're trying to get him to do, see if they can get him to jump off the ball.
They have gotten a couple of encroachment penalties in this contest already. And now a flag.
That's got to be against the Panthers.
I'm assuming that's for a delay of game.
Yeah.
Delay of game. Offense.
Now the punt.
5-yard penalty. 4th down.
So the Cardinals defense able to hold. And now it'll be Federovicius out to punt it away for the Panthers. High, good punt. Backpedaling is Doe. He'll let it go over his head, and this one's not going to reach the end zone. Great punt as it rolls out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
So again,
great punt.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal punt, and exactly what the Panthers needed, pinning the Cardinals deep into their own territory. They'll start this drive from the 5, as you mentioned, and not what the offensive staff for this Cardinals want to see. Long, sustained drive, because it's a pretty good defense, and they're having a little bit difficult time. Other than that 94-yard drive, they have difficult moving the ball.
They've done it before. They know they can do it. Handoff goes to Jeebley, trying to get off tackle to the right, and he is held up and forced back. And he will lose a yard. 2nd and long.
And again, defense sees the ball in 23's hand. They do a nice job, too, as they pursue to the football. That's Blaine Cooper on the play for the Panthers, making a nice play defensively.
On 2nd and 11, Van Holzen, and that's going to be half the distance.
Dead ball.
Cardinal offense.
Full start. Offense. Half the distance. 2nd down.
Cardinal offense making it harder on themselves here in the second half. It's now 2nd and 13 from the 2.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a situation that the Panthers defense loves to see, because they're going to come for them.
They rush 4. Cardinals able to hold up. Pass is complete over the middle to Jordan Doe, but wrapped up and stopped out at the 8-yard line. It'll be 3rd and long.
Now pick up a few yards, make this 3rd down opportunity a little bit better, but just again, Cooper doing a nice job of hanging on to him, making sure that he wasn't going to get away from him, because you do not want to lose grasp on number 4. He would have picked up the 1st down.
3rd and 7 from the 8. Van Holzen waits, now pressured, in trouble, throws it away. Incomplete, and a wise move to avoid what could have been a safety.
Yeah, very much could have been a safety, and fortunately they did not call. They're talking about a grounding call, but I don't think they're gonna throw the flag.
I thought he was outside,
did,
and they did. I thought he was outside the pocket.
I thought so too. You know, and our official was right there looking at the play, and he did not throw. He had to be convinced that he had a great view of it. He had to be convinced that it was a penalty. I don't like that.
And so that will be a safety in the end zone.
Intentional grounding on the offense. The play happened in the end zone. We have a safety.
That's huge for Spring Lake Park. Let's see if he came outside the tackle box.
I thought he. Oh yeah,
he's so outside the tackle box. And this official on the far side is calling it incomplete, and then he came over and he convinced the head official that it was grounding. I don't get that call.
I don't understand. Obviously, a little biased, but
if one official,
I don't understand how you see that as even a potential intentional grounding. To me, he moved well laterally. He moved at least 3 to 4 steps laterally. You can't do that and still be within the tackle box. It does no good to argue the referee's call, as the referees have the final say on the field, and now the Cardinals are just going to have to rally, come back, have a big stop on defense, and see if they can get their offense going, because it has sputtered so far here in the second half.
And Spring Lake Park has to feel good, because they're going to have to punt the ball away.
Well, and it was great pressure on the edge that forced that play to happen in the end zone. Van Holzen started to move to his right, thinking, everybody's covered, I'm going to try and take off again. But there was pressure coming. He was trapped in the end zone. He threw it away. And intentional grounding. I think what the argument they may have that may be solid is that the ball did not make it back to the original line of scrimmage.
Correct.
But I thought that it did. Either way, it's called grounding, and Finley for the free kick, angled toward the sideline. Fair catch called for and made right at the 45-yard line by Nate Litke.
Again, pretty good field position now after the defense for Spring Lake Park does their job and pressures the Cardinals into giving up a safety. And now, as you mentioned, Joe, defense, big pressure on the defense here to come away with a stop. Because all of a sudden you've given Spring Lake Park a little momentum by giving them the 2 points. Because now they know if they can go down and get a touchdown, all of a sudden they're in the lead.
And great field position again for the Panthers on offense. 2:37 remaining here in the third quarter. Oriana, the man in motion. Handoff goes to Henry. Straight up the middle. Ball came out.
Cardinals have it.
I think the Cardinals have it, and they do. And what a huge response from the Cardinal defense.
Wow. We talked about defense has to do their job, and they certainly did. Ty King coming away with the football. Boy, that's huge, Joe. Look at the field position all of a sudden Coon Rapids has.
Well, and this is a second turnover of this third quarter for Spring Lake Park.
That's just
it was King reaching in to rip it free and then scrambling to get on top.
Wow, huge play by the defense.
Now, can the offense take advantage? They take over in plus territory. Just over 2.5 to play in the third quarter.
Garlic in the backfield.
Doe in motion. He'll get the carry running left. Good block by Garlic. And Doe will gain about 3 off the left side.
Well, I'll tell you, Joe, if you can come away with points now here. As we wind down with just a little over 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Hand off to Garlic, ball bobbled, but he's able to bring it back in and bounces off. First contact has a big gain, dragged out of bounds on the far sideline, down around the 26-yard line. Did he secure that ball behind his back?
I couldn't see from up here,
but
I'm
ball
sure
was
we'll see on the
clearly
replay.
bobbled on the replay, and he secures it behind his back. Unbelievable, and then bounces off first contact and has a huge gain. What a play by Ryan Garlic.
Now look at it from behind, Joe. It's just whoop. Oh, I got it. No worries. I'm just going to gain the edge.
17-yard gain, a 1st and 10 from the 25 now.
think they designed it that way.
Handoff up the middle. The ball came out,
fumble.
and now the Panthers have the turnover.
Wow. Let's take another look at that as that ball comes out. Yeah, he didn't have secure handle on the football. That Wetzel recovered it for the Panthers, and that's huge. That's huge.
They will take over 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. A 1:43 remaining third quarter. Panthers trail 7-2. Handoff, ball on the ground again. No, it got to Oriana. And Oriana, a nice gain. Actually, one of their better gains of the day.
Yeah.
They haven't had many big plays at all. This one out to about see where they mark it, to 27, so a gain of, or a 32 rather, so a gain of 8.
That was a nice little give and go.
One minute remaining in the third quarter. Dunbar pitches. A first down, and the ball came out again.
The Cardinals have it.
And the Cardinals do have it. Another turnover. Unbelievable. Back and forth action.
Oh, my gosh. That is crazy.
I'm just going to start saying the ball's on the turf.
Yep.
Every time they snap it.
Wow.
I mean, it's just bouncing around. Ryan Corey able to jump on top of it.
Wow.
Cardinals take over in plus territory again here late in the third quarter.
Oh, man. Good thing I had my physical, because it's a checking on my heart. It's
3 turnovers in the last 6 offensive snaps.
Wow.
Cardinals 1st and 10 from the Spring Lake Park 42. They swing it out to Jordan Doe. He's able to scoop it off the turf, looking for a block, able to weave his way across the 40 to the 38, a gain of 4.
Here's the throw. He does a nice job. That throw was a little bit low, but he does a nice job bringing it in, making sure it didn't hit the turf.
And I was just about to say the ball's on the turf again, but he was able to scoop it up. It looked low, 2nd and 6. Handoff to Jeebly, stumbles a little bit, regains composure, and forces his way to a first down at the 30-yard line.
And again, he's really good after contact. And he just hasn't had a lot of run and really a lot of room to run so far here today. But there again, I mean, he does a nice job of stuttering. You're right, he almost stumbled.
But he gets the first down to the 30, and that takes us to the end of the third quarter. Coon Rapids leads this state quarterfinal game 7-2. They have the ball 1st and 10 in Panther territory when we come back for the fourth.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be?
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Back at Carlton Field, the Coon Rapids fans hunting for a state tournament victory.
It is the hunting opener after all today.
First
one I've missed.
appearance in 36 years for the Cardinals. Hand off to Jeebly. Nice room up the middle. He's got another first down and fights his way to the 13-yard line, a gain of 17.
Well, the key there is that offensive line is starting to take control of the line of scrimmage. I mean, look at the big guy's block up front, and look at the hole he has. And David Jeebly does a really nice job of creating after he gets that first wave.
So strong in his lower body. He's not a very big guy, but he is not easy to bring down.
He is not.
1st and 10 from the 13 for the Cardinals, trying to add to that lead. Handoff to Jeebly again, cuts back and dives forward. He's down to about the 8.
And ball protection obviously is so important here, and David knows that as he's covering up. He picked up those 4 yards.
2nd and 6 from the 9. Doe and Jeebly both in the backfield with Van Holzen. Jeebly another carry, breaks through first contact, pushed forward by his line.
About the 1.
He's going to be down at the 1-yard line.
Wow.
A fresh set of downs for the Cardinals, 1st and goal.
Wow. Again, just a straight give to him. Look at the block to create that a little bit of a hole, and then
watch how many guys come in to shove the pile forward.
Well, you talked about how strong he is in his lower body. He used that leg strength to continue forward.
It helps when your linemen all come back and push behind you as well. That was a team effort those last couple of yards. Huge 1st and goal. Van Holzen on the sneak under center. Touchdown Cardinals.
That's a big touchdown for Coon Rapids. That is such a big touchdown for Coon Rapids, because that deflates the Panthers a little bit. They thought after that safety, they had an opportunity to just go back and play your offense and get some points. But wow, after that turnover, after a series of turnovers, Coon Rapids goes in and scores.
Yes, a series of turnovers is absolutely correct. There were 3 turnovers in 6 offensive plays late in that 3rd quarter, and the Cardinal offense finally able to take advantage of the turnover, put points on the board, and extend it to a 2-score game. Findlay on to attempt the extra point. It is up. It is good. The Cardinals lead 14-2 with 10:38 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, so now all of a sudden you push it to a 2-score game.
And now you put a lot of pressure on that Spring Lake Park offense. We talk about it. It's not an offense that's designed to do a lot of passing. They have not had much success this afternoon. They have not put any points on the board. The lone points coming from the defense, forcing the safety on the intentional grounding in the end zone. But Coon Rapids now can taste it. And this defense, when they get hungry and fired up, make it even more difficult.
I mean, there's still plenty of time left. Don't discount that, obviously, to everybody watching. But there you saw the drive, and the Cardinals do a great job of just continuing on and doing what they need to do to put additional points on the board. And you're right. Now it falls in the hands of the defense.
Oriana and Sorensen are the deep backs to return the kick from Alex Findlay. A trip to the U.S. Bank Stadium for semifinals next Friday on the line. A squib kick up the middle. It's scooped up by Sorensen at the 15-yard line. Looking to get behind the wedge and does, and a great return out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Taken down by Joseph Tarnu.
Well, if the Panthers needed a spark, there it was for him, with a great return, great field position. But, you know, the offense for Spring Lake Park most certainly has their work cut out for him against the way this defense is playing here.
Just over 10.5 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter. It is Dunbar under center for the Panthers on 1st and 10. They run the reverse. Wetzel trying to get around the corner and is stopped after a decent gain. That's a play that caught the Cardinal defense napping for a touchdown in the first meeting.
Yeah, it did, but the way that the speed of the defense recovered, I mean, it was a nice game, but it could have been much more because the defense, majority of the defense went the other way.
Well, if you remember when he scored the touchdown on that play in the first meeting, there was nobody on the outside.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast. I do remember that, actually.
2nd and 6 from the 47. Pitch goes back and in trouble. In the backfield is Henry. Ethan Tedrow was all over it. Dropped for a 5-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 11.
Yeah, that play was going nowhere. Did not fool the Cardinal defense. Look at big number 53 there. He says, "You're not getting away from me." And then Taylor coming over to finish it, make sure he finished him off.
3rd and 11. We've seen Clausen come in passing situations a couple of different times for the Panthers on offense, but Dunbar is in under center. A huge 3rd down for the Panthers right here.
Oh, yeah, let's see what the defense has. If they're going to bring some men.
Looking for the keeper right side. Nothing there. He'll gain a couple. It'll be 4th and 9.
Well, now do you take the opportunity? Do you go for it here? I think they do. Well, maybe not.
Again, we talked about it on 4th and short. They went for it in the first half, and it was successful. Lined up to punt, went with the direct snap. That was a great play here. You're giving it in, you would be giving it in plus territory at 9 yards, a lot to gain against this defense. At the same time, if you punt it away, this offense could suck up most of the rest of that clock.
It could.
Well, a great punt last time.
Watch the fake.
Federovicius was on the field. He put it out of bounds at the Cardinal 5-yard line. And we've got a flag before. This is going to be delay of game.
Yeah.
We'll back him up 5 more yards.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
You can hear Coach Russin telling his boys to be smart.
Be smart, Mr. Doe. 22-yard line.
Federovicius will try it again. Didn't get away. A great punt that time. This time short, high. Cardinals clear the area, and it takes a Cardinal bounce. It'll get back across midfield, and Coon Rapids will start on offense from the Spring Lake Park 49-yard line.
Well, you called it, Joe. If they can have a sustained drive here, they can wrap this one up and move on to the next round. But
well, at points, a touchdown in particular would almost guarantee victory.
Yep.
I say almost because anything can happen in high school sports, and still plenty of football left to be played.
There's no question about that.
But that penalty, that delay of game, I mean, he didn't get a great punt first time, but at least it was down around the Cardinal 20. And instead, Cardinals take over on the Panthers side of midfield.
Well, I was just watching Coach Weber just fire up his defense.
Quarterback keeper and well defended this time by the Panthers. He's back to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. And yeah, ball security is of utmost importance at this point. And the Cardinals, as we talked about, not able to get a lot of rhythm going on offense at all in this first half, save that one long sustained drive for the touchdown in the second quarter. But, and I guess the touchdown drive in this quarter as well. Here's a run, and what a great shoulder from David Jeebley. He's down as far as the 44 before being pushed back, a gain of 5, maybe 6, but he ran over the first contact.
Well, yeah, he did. And again, so now puts him in a 3rd and manageable situation here, trying to keep that clock moving forward. We're under 8 minutes remaining in the contest. Cardinals with a 14-2 lead.
2nd and 4. Or 3rd and 4, rather. They have it as 5, but my math says 39 to 43 is 4.
And you didn't even have to take your shoes and socks off for that. I'm very impressed.
Big down right here for the Panther defense. Handoff to Jeebley. Blows past first contact, and he will have a first down to the 38-yard line. Wow. He delivers the hits.
He did deliver the hit. There is no question about that. We're going to see it again. Just look at the pounding that he gave to Cooper.
Well, we talked all season last year when Miles Taylor was the featured back of this offense about how he delivered hits. It was not surprising. Miles is a big
bruiser.
David, not nearly the same size of back, but boy, does he bring it. And we saw Ryan Garlick. We've seen him run with some power this season as well. Big first down at the 38. Handoff to Gibbley again. Good block in front of him from Gavin Layton, and he's down as far as the 30, a gain of 8.
Yeah, I mean, you give him the opportunity to get 8 at a time. I mean, that's just fantastic.
Well, what a great block by number 77. Gavin Layton takes his man and drives him way downfield, and there you see it. Gibbley just gets behind him and says, all right, which way are you going? I'll go the other. Nice gain on first down, and the Cardinals now will definitely start to eat up as much clock as they can. Keep it running. Take your time. Make sure you keep moving the chains. Hand off to Gibbley again. Hit at the line by Skelly and able to force his way forward. Has another first down to the 27-yard line.
Well, Joe, just like you said, this is what they wanted to do. They wanted to pick up first downs. They wanted to continue to have the clock move forward, and that's exactly what they have been doing so far on this drive, as we're under 6 minutes now remaining. 21 carries. It's a nice workload for young Mr. Gibbley, 89 yards in the score.
Well, and credit Spring Lake Park's defense. They really have done a great job of keeping this Cardinals offense from exploding. We've seen the things that they can do. Their passing game has been much less than I expected coming in. Quarterback option, well sniffed out. Getting in the backfield to break things up with Kaja DeVario and drop him for a loss.
And the Panthers are going to call a timeout.
There's a flag on the field.
Oh.
Flag is about 5 yards into the defensive secondary.
Officials talking about it. See if it's a hold, maybe on Spring Lake Park, or are they marching the? Because it looks like Jake was pointing towards them, but. I think everyone's a little confused on what they're calling here. Cardinals are taking.
Well, and both coaches taking the opportunity to talk to their team.
Say that.
During the play, personal foul, 53 on the offense, 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Well, the only good thing, nothing good came out. The only good thing that came out of it is first down. That's the only good thing.
Well, yeah, but it's first and 25.
I understand that, but it could have been on third down when they called it, and then you're third and long like that. At least it's only good thing is it's on first down. And Spring Lake Park did call that timeout, so they will get that their first timeout here.
They're marking it 16 yards back from the line of scrimmage, so 15-yard spot foul. I'm not sure. But it'll be first and 26 from the 43. It's not a situation you wanted to be in.
No.
Things were going so smoothly.
Yep.
All you need is that 3-4 yards, move the chains. I'm not sure what happened, but that is a very tough penalty for the Cardinals to take at this time.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. There's no question about that, Joe. But I see Garlic. They're gonna. We'll see what they do here. Obviously, you may just continue to try and run that ball and keep the clock moving forward. We'll see what they do in terms of Spring Lake Park with their timeouts.
So they say first and 25, but again, my math works out to 26. And it's the quarterback draw. Van Holzen dives forward to the 35-yard line, a gain of about 8.
And smartly, he stays in bounds as Spring Lake Park is going to call another. I think they called another timeout. They did. So that will be their second here in the half. They obviously want to be able to preserve the time. Jake's had a nice evening, or nice afternoon, I should say. Has done some nice things, especially with his feet, as he's able to pick up some first down. Nice look, stepping up in the pocket, and the quick little throw. 11 carries, 74 yards, and then the touchdown run. short little sneak. So he's able to put the Cards up that time 13-2, and the extra point made it 14-2.
So just one timeout remaining now for the Panthers. They trail by 2 scores. And Coon Rapids second and very long, but at the 35. Have the opportunity to pull at least another minute and a half off of this clock.
Well, the disadvantage for Spring Lake Park is they don't throw the ball that much, and obviously you're going to have to throw the ball to get back into this game with that amount of time remaining.
Doe sprints out to the right. Handoff goes to Jeebly up the middle. He's wrapped up and stopped after a gain to the 31, and they will call their final timeout at that time, 3rd and long for the Cardinals.
You can see the hole closes quickly for David Jeebly. As the Cardinals, obviously, as we both talked about ball security, 2 arms wrapped around that football at all times.
Third and 14 the Cardinals will be facing.
There you see the numbers for Coon Rapids on 3rd down, 6 of 10. I don't think they'll be putting the ball in the air in this situation, I believe.
No, but run, even if it doesn't gain you anything, does take another 30-plus seconds off the clock. And you're thinking quite possibly it's 4-down territory. I mean, it's really too short a field to punt.
I agree with you.
And if you get half of that yardage back, that's a very manageable 4th down.
Cardinal faithful.
And a touchdown here would almost guarantee game over with 5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, but on 3rd and long, you're in a tough situation, but the Cardinal Nation is fired up over here.
As they should be. Their team up 14-2 with 5:10 to go in this section quarterfinal.
So they're
put a couple seconds back on the clock.
Okay.
3rd and 14 for the Cardinals. Handoff, Jeebly met in the backfield and dropped. Loss of a yard. It'll be 4th down. And now, do you take the delay penalty and then punt and try and
take a little more time off?
Lock them up as deep as possible. They're leaving the offense on the field. See if they can run off as much time as possible and also maybe draw them offside and pick up a couple yards. It's 4th and 15.
Well, there's no reason for the defensive line to jump in this situation. They know they're not going to throw the ball. Or as you said, do they take the...
Yeah, I think they and they called the timeout rather than take the 5 yards back. So now again, it's such a short field to try and punt. Tarnu's done some outstanding things this year. Do you go out there and have him punt it real high, or do you take a shot to try and get the 1st down? I mean, your defense does have a 2-score lead.
It does. It does.
If you turn the ball over here, the Panthers still have a lot of field to get that 1st score.
Right.
Certainly a defense for the Cardinals that can be trusted to hold its own.
More than hold its own. There's no doubt about that.
I just think it's too short a field to punt it.
I agree with you.
If it ends up in the end zone, it's only a 12-yard difference.
No question.
Clock stopped with 4:27 remaining 4th quarter. Coon Rapids leading 14-2, and they will leave the offense out there. 3 receivers on the right. Avant Shannon, the lone receiver on the left side for the Cardinals. Van Holzit out of the pistol. will step back. Here it comes, and he is sacked. And that blitz just was not picked up. And that's not what they wanted to do.
Oh, boy, that is certainly not what they wanted to do.
Don't lose yardage, but that's exactly what happened.
So there's
that blitz not picked up at all, and Van Holzen was run under. So that gives the Panthers offense a little better field position now.
It does.
They'll start from their own 41, 4:23 to play. They trail by 12.
Yeah, I mean, that's Darius Robinson that comes in untouched to get the sack for Spring Lake Park.
I saw Jeebly talking to one of the linemen about the confusion because clearly an assignment was missed.
Yep.
1st and 10 from the 41. They sprint out Oriana. Handoff goes to Henry. Henry dragging Jeebly across the 45 and out to the 47-yard line.
And keep in mind that Spring Lake Park cannot stop the clock with a timeout.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Can't take too much time between snaps here. Oriana again flares out in motion. This time Dunbar keeps it, and he's tracked down from behind by Miles Taylor. A loss of 2 will set up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and more importantly, it just continues to move that clock. Because obviously, 4 down territory, no matter where you are in the field here for Spring Lake Park.
Season is on the line. The winner moves on to the semifinals at the bank. The loser's season is over. And a quick spike so that they can talk about what they're going to do on 4th down here, 4th and 6 from their own 45.
Well, yeah.
So the play, this is ball game right here.
Yeah, it is ball game.
If you don't
right
convert right here,
it's over.
For the Panthers, this contest is over. What do you got for 4th and 6 when your season's on the line? Zach Dunbar.
Gotta watch
steps
Skelly.
up under center.
It's actually Clausen.
Oh, it is Clausen. The pitch. And this is going to be big, big trouble. As tracked down way in the backfield was Aaron Payne. I think it was supposed to be
Tedrow.
I think it was supposed to be a pass option, but no option when Tedrow was right in his face.
No option there at all. Tedrow was right there to bring him down, and the Panthers turned the ball over on downs.
And the Cardinals will be able to pretty much burn the clock here with 3:20 remaining. Just need a couple of first downs to secure the quarterfinal victory. Expect a heavy tie at number 23 right here.
Yes, I would think.
He'll get the carry on 1st down right up the middle. Met in the backfield, but forces his way down to the 32, a gain of 6. Joey Sorensen stepped up to meet him 5 yards off the line, but
David Jeebly is having such a nice game. There's the touchdown, the relatively short run, but he's able to, relatively. But again, just a nice job as he's done so all season long, spinning off tackles, running through tackles, punishing defenders. 24 carries, 98 yards in that score. A couple yards away from the century mark.
Off Jeebly again, spins forward down close to the 27, and he will have a 1st down. Cardinal faithful can start to feel it. The sideline trying not to celebrate quite yet. But you know that the Panthers sideline can feel it as well, that their season is just a little more than 2 minutes away from being over. First and 10 from the 27, another handoff to Jeebly. And he will fight his way down close to the 21, a gain of 6.
Yeah, and you're picking up 5-6 yards of a crack on 1st down. It makes it so difficult for the defense. Not that at this point, Coon Rapids has salted this victory away with 1:45 remaining.
One more 1st down, and they can take a knee if they choose. Actually, I think they could take a couple of knees here.
Yeah.
But a first down makes it that much easier as we're under 90 seconds. Hand off again to Jeebly, breaks a tackle. He's got a first down to the 13-yard line, making it the 12.
Yeah, he's been a definitely a factor, obviously, for the Cardinals on the offensive side of the ball.
First and 10 from the 13. Down to a minute remaining to the Cardinals. Just take a knee now. And they know their trip secured to U.S. Bank Stadium and a semifinal appearance. Van Holzen watching the clock, snaps it at 1, takes a knee. Cardinals will have to snap it one more time. No, they won't.
Nope.
30 seconds, so about 4 extra seconds on the play clock. The Cardinals can begin the celebration. No way for the Panthers to start the clock. The Cardinals are going to the state semis next Friday at U.S. Bank Stadium.
What a great win. What a really good team win. Obviously, offense does what it needs to do.
Defense pitches a shutout.
I was just going to
Even
say,
though the Panthers did get on the board, that was on a safety that we continue to question on the call. I thought Van Holzen clearly out of the pocket, but the other half of it, did the ball get to the line of scrimmage? I thought that it had.
I thought so,
but,
too.
It
nonetheless,
matters
it doesn't matter.
Little.
Yep.
What I think the referee decided it was intentional grounding, gave the Panthers 2 points. That's the only points they put on the board in this one. The Cardinals are moving on. They will get the winner of Matamidi Chaska.
Yeah, and it should, either team obviously should be a pretty good one.
We will take a break, get back with some post-game reaction after this. You're watching CTN's coverage of the 2019 state football quarterfinal.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Back at Carl A. Ton Field here at Osseo High School, State 5A quarterfinal. And Coon Rapids a 14-2 victory over the Spring Lake Park Panthers. This is a Panthers team that ran for over 300 yards in the section final. And tonight it was all about the defenses, and the Cardinal defense able to step up and keep them from doing much. As a matter of fact, kept the Spring Lake Park offense off the board all game long. Down on the sidelines with a couple of the defensive standouts is Jen Halverson. Jen?
Well, first of all, congratulations, guys. Moving on to the next round of state. Now, Ty, I'll start with you. You two, your whole defensive line held Spring Lake Park to no scores offensively. What made the defense so effective tonight?
First of all, I have to say our chemistry on and off the field. We know that we have to come out every night and execute, and we just have to be the better team in everything that we do, and we just couldn't do it better, you know? Every night we just come out and get it done, yeah.
After working all season long, putting in blood, sweat, and tears weeks in and weeks out, what does this moment mean to be going to the U.S. Bank Stadium to play next week?
It's legendary, man. It's history because, I mean, most of the guys here, they've been here forever, and, you know, it's been a long time coming, and this is well-deserved. And we know we should be here, and we're just going to make the run for it. So, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Congrats, Ty. Miles, every time the defense stepped out on the field, you guys looked tough, unwavering, and strong. What were you telling each other on the sidelines throughout this game?
We just felt like we were going to win with our toughness. We felt like if we got off on the ball, off on them, they were going to break. And we saw that. We saw the break at halftime. We came back out and just kept fighting.
You're going to play in US Bank Stadium next week. How long have you been dreaming about this moment?
Well, I've been waiting since they opened it. I knew we just had to work hard to get there, and we finally put in the effort, put in the time, and got it done.
How exhilarating is this for you and your team?
I can't put it into words. It's truly life-changing.
I'll let you go celebrate. Congrats, Miles.
Thank you.
Joe?
Thank you, Jen, and congratulations to Miles, to Ty, to the entire Cardinal team. And what a victory. You knew coming in they were a slight favorite because they had beaten the Panthers in Week 3. But this is a Panthers team that had not lost since that time. And they were a team that could attack you with a number of different players out of the backfield. Cardinals able to keep them bottled up all game. And again, did not allow that offense to put any points on the board.
Well, and this is a team that, as you mentioned, that won 7 straight since that time. And they've scored 40 points one game, 50 points the next. To have 0 points from their offense in this contest just is a testament to what that defense did here. And obviously the offense did enough, got a couple of scores to win the game, and we're on to the next round. Very exciting.
I'm not at all surprised by the Cardinals' defensive stature here today. I was a little surprised the offense didn't put up more points, but credit Spring Lake Park with a solid defensive effort. That's their only points right there. An intentional grounding call in the end zone, but the Cardinals answered on their next possession, get into the end zone on a 1-yard sneak by Jake Van Holzen to push their lead to 2 scores, and they hold on from there, 14-2. Again, the defense just outstanding. This is a team, you look at it, they gave up 110 yards rushing, but this is a team, again, in the Panthers that ran for 300 yards in the section final to be held to 110. A nice day, and 0 first downs in the second half. 2 turnovers, the 3 turnovers by Spring Lake Park in the second half, and it went back and forth a couple of different times, but turnovers were key, and the Cardinals able to finally capitalize, put that extra points on the board, and they hold on for the win. Down on the sidelines now with victorious head coach Nick Russin is, again, Jen Halverson.
Congratulations, Coach, on another victory, moving on to the next round of state. Now, what was the key today to sealing this victory?
Hanging on to the football, I guess. No, obviously we're going to look at the game, and not the most beautiful game ever played. A lot of turnovers, and we got to be better with that. I really do believe it's just our boys staying mentally tough and just understanding the situation that good things will happen and bad things will happen, and to not let that get to them, and to at least put together a couple good drives to, put some points on the board to get it done. Our defense has been awesome all year, and our defense, like today, wasn't any different. They kept us in this game. They kept, when we fumbled the ball to get us the ball back. Just proud of our team's effort. Like last week, whatever it takes to get it done, we get it done, and now we get a chance to go play at US Bank Stadium. Pretty special.
You talked about that mental toughness quite a bit before the game and throughout this season, but going into the fourth quarter to play that complete game, how can you keep your team mentally sharp?
Yeah, we at 7-2 there going into the fourth quarter, and we had the ball. We really felt that was a huge drive for us. And to understand, to come away with points, to basically say, we can go punch another one on the board, we feel very confident we can win this thing. And I just think our offense took it upon themselves and got the job done. And I don't think it's really anything for me. I think it's more of those boys just digging deep to understand to get the job done, and they did. So I'm so proud of them. I can't say enough good things about this group. I really can't.
Well, you certainly earned it going to US Bank Stadium. Like you said, next week you're going to be facing Chaska in the semifinals. Don't know if you heard, that just happened. How will you be preparing this week in practice?
That's a great football team. And we knew kind of if we did win this game, there'd be a great chance that we played them. Watched a little bit of film on them from common opponents throughout the year. It's a good football team. They really are. And obviously they're here for a reason. We just got to continue to get better and understand that each day is an opportunity for that. Keep our same routine, keep our same schedule, get better, watch film, rest up, and hopefully we can have a good week of practice and we can let it fly at US Bank Stadium versus them next week.
Great. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
See you next week. Joe?
Thank you, Jen, and it definitely fired up. First time that this team has been in state in 36 years, and they get a win here, and they do it with the defense and a gritty performance by their offense, as you heard Coach Russin talk about. Didn't hold on to the ball as well as they would have liked. Certainly the offense was not clicking in the passing game the way they normally would have, and credit Spring Lake Park's defense with doing some things differently and confusing the Cardinals a bit and forcing some turnovers as well, but a gritty, good victory for this Cardinal football team.
And you look at 9 penalties for 75 yards, and maybe if some of those penalties did not happen, this game wouldn't even be this close. But you talk about the defense, only little over 6 minutes of possession for Spring Lake Park in that second half after having 16 in the first half. That's a testament to the defense.
Yeah, absolutely, and just so much fun to see this team finding success. They will face Chaska. That was a 35-7 win over Matamidi in the first round. St. Thomas Academy, a little bit of an upset. That was a rematch. Quarterfinal round, they end up with a rematch of last year's Prep Bowl, and the Cadets overcome the defending champions from Owatonna 21-0. Elk River in a shootout, 52-42. Over Moorhead, so the Section 5A semifinals are set, and that will happen next Friday at the U.S. Bank Stadium. The Cardinals and the Hawks will take the field. I believe it is a 1 o'clock start.
No,
2 o'clock start.
2 o'clock.
I apologize. 2 o'clock start. Be there at 1 o'clock
yes.
to get ready, though, because we will all be very fired up and ready for a semifinal contest, opportunity to play in the Prep Bowl. Great game today. The Cardinals come away victorious. The score again, final from Osseo. It's Coon Rapids 14, Spring Lake Park 2. I want to thank everybody out there joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire